Hi, so today in this video we're going to be covering 1015 chapter 2.2.2 graphing linear functions. So let's just hop right into it. Fill in the table below for the function, then graph the line on the grid by selecting two of the points from your table. So we'll put in -1 for x. So -2 times -1, excuse me. Sorry about that. -2 times -1 plus 1. And then we can solve that. There'll be +2. Because a negative times a negative is a positive, and then +1 equals 3. And then for 0, we know our y-intercept is 1, so we can just put that in there. Excuse me. And then we can plug in 1, so that'd be -2 plus 1 equals -1. And then when you're graphing, you can do 0, 1, 1, -1, or -1, 3, something like that. You just have to drag in for 2 points. Another thing to note is even if you don't have a table of values to plug in, let's ignore all this for a minute. Some handy ways to graph is say, okay, what's my y-intercept? And then you place a point there. And then you say, okay, my slope is -2 over 1, right? Which means we go down 2 for every one that we go over, rise over 1. So down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. And then you can connect all those points. But it could be useful for these ones to just do the points that you have already, because you are supposed to put them in that box anyway. Find the slope and y-intercepts of the linear function f of x equals 3/4 x plus 3, then graph on the function on the grid provided. Express your answers as integers or fractions in lowest terms. Express the y-intercept as an ordered pair. So the slope is 3/4, right? And the y-intercept is 3. We can tell that by our graph. Then we'll do +3, and then we'll say, okay, we go up 3 over 4. So, right here. Up 3 over 4. And then we can connect all those together. Like that. And that would be what you need to do for that. Now this one's telling us to graph the linear function. Lucky for us, it has no y-intercept. Well, it has a y-intercept, but it says +0, right? Because you can add 0 to anything. So our y-intercept is going to be 0, 0. Oh, I forgot to mention. You want it for our last problem, we need to graph the y-intercept as a coordinate pair. So that means 0, 4 instead. Or, I mean, it was 3. My bad. You'll get that wrong in Lumen if you don't put that in a coordinate pair. So we start at 0, 0, and then we go up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Oh, whoops, up over 2, 1 over 2. And you only need to do 2 points, so up 1 over 2, and then it will make the graph for you in Lumen. So yeah. This one's saying, oh, I forgot to clear it, but basically this one has a straight up and down thing. Now we're asking if it's a function. Does this pass the horizontal line test? No, because the whole thing is a vertical line test. The whole thing is a vertical line. And so it does not. It is not a function. Another reason, excuse me, is that our rise is infinity and our run is 0. And we cannot divide by 0, so it's undefined. So this is not a function. And then it asks if this is a function. And this is a function because it passes the vertical line test. The slope is just going to be 0. So it doesn't increase or decrease. But that doesn't mean it's not a function. So yeah, that was this chapter. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll answer as soon as possible. Thanks. See ya.